This is page 234. This is the Module 9, Are You Ready? This is just going to review a few skills with you before we start the module. This page should go pretty quick. There's a few problems to do. I'm not going to go through every problem with you. I'm just going to have you go through them and check your answers. I'll go through a couple though. So let's check out number 1. It says find the product. That means to multiply. So I'm going to grab a whiteboard here. And I'm going to put 992 over 16. And this will give us a nice review on multiplying two digits. So my first answer in the ones place, my answer goes in the ones place. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 1 is 55. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 1 is 59. I'm going to erase these, because I don't use them on my next one. Now I'm in the tens place, so my first answer has to go in the tens place. So we do what's called a placeholder and put a 0 there. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 9 is 9. I'm going to add those up. I'm going to get 2, 7. 9 plus 9 is 18. And 9 plus 5 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. I'm going to count over 3 spots. I'm going to place my comma. It's 15,872. Alright, what I want you to do now is hit pause. I want you to solve numbers 2, 3, and 4. And I want you to hit play when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, the answers to number 2, 3, and 4 are 15,606, 54,535, and 8,441. If you got any of those wrong, please fix them and then move on. Let's go check out the middle section. This is called repeated multiplication, 7 times 7 times 7. It's a little overwhelming to try and do it all at once, so what we try to show you to do here is just do this. I'm going to maybe grab a whiteboard real quick. It's just do this 7 times 7 first. This 7 times 7 is 49, and then bring down the next times 7. So you're just going to do 7 times 7 is 49, then multiply that by 7. You're going to do that right here. 49 times 7 is 9 times 7 is 63. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 6 is 34. The answer is 343. I'm going to do one more of those with you real quick. 343. In fact, there's other ways to do it too. Check this way out. In fact, if there's a this way, it'd work really good for this one. This 3 times 3 is 9, and this 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 9 is 81. That's another good way to do it. This 9 times 9 is 81. Go ahead and try numbers 7 and 8. Pause the video, and then when you're ready, hit play and check your answer. Okay, the answer to number 7 is 7,776. The answer to number 8 is 64. I'm going to show you this one actually. This 2 times 2 is 4. This 2 times 2 is 4, and this 2 times 2 is 4, and this 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. Alright, the last 4 are just facts. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 42 divided by 7 is 6. And 56 divided by 8 is 7. Alright, we're just going to keep this video rolling, and we're going to go into the next page. We're on the reading startup. It says, visualize vocabulary. Use the checkmark words to complete the graphic. You may put more than one word in each box. So we're looking at the check words. So our choices are factor. I'm going to change colors. Our choices are factor, integers, numerical expression, operations, and prime factorization. Alright, so what goes where? Well, a factor tree includes things like factors. So I'm going to put the word factor in here. And it includes prime factorization. Now, we haven't really taught you what prime factorization is yet. We're going to soon. And a picture of prime factorization is this bottom one. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. That's prime factorization. So I'm going to put that one in here. But there's other numbers there's other words that can go. It's not prime numbers. It's prime factorization. These are all the prime factors. So it's called prime factorization. What else? 24 is an integer. And 8 times 3, those are integers. You could also call those factors. But we're not going to call that prime factorization because 8's not a prime number. We could actually also call this a numerical expression. Now, I could put more things in here for this final one, but prime factorization is really what we're going for. So I'm going to leave that one right there. Now, if you're like, well, what's the difference between these two? This one right here is not prime factorization because 8's not a prime number. This is prime factorization because 2, 2, 2, and 3 are all prime numbers. So we're going to call that good enough, and we're going to move on to the bottom of the page. And we're going to introduce some new stuff. This is called the preview words, and check out the preview words. Your options for preview words are base, exponent, order of operations, and power. And we're going to use the preview words to fill these in. And 3 of these go together. I'm going to put little stars here. Base, exponent, and power all go together. And we learn about that in about 2 textbook pages. I can't remember what page it is. It's about like, 238. On 238 we learn about those things. We'll do number 2 first because it's the one that doesn't go with the other ones. So the rule for simplifying expressions is the order of operations. That one goes second. Now number 1 and 3 go together. Number 1 says a number that is formed by repeated multiplication by the same factor is a blank. That is called a power. And number 3 is the number that is multiplied. That's the base. The base is the number that is multiplied. The number that indicates how many times the number is used as a factor is the exponent. I want to actually draw you a picture of these two things right here. So an exponent problem looks like this, like 5 to the 3rd power. 5 is the base. 3 is the exponent. And interestingly enough, the entire thing is called the power. So 5 to the 3rd power is called the power. The 3 is the exponent and 5 is the base. And then order of operations doesn't really have anything to do with that. Okay, good job. You are done with pages 234 and 235.